A girl born with visions. A world blinded by fear. But the truth? She was never cursed. She was chosen. There was once a girl named Nora, born in a small town where silence carried whispers and shadows carried stories. From childhood, Nora was different. She could hear things others could not. Soft voices in the wind, quiet warnings in her dreams. Sometimes she saw things before they happened. A storm, an accident, even a neighbor's sudden illness. At first, her parents thought she was only imaginative, but as she grew, her visions became stronger and real. When her predictions came true, fear began to grow in the hearts of those around her. Children in her school whispered behind her back. Adults crossed themselves when she walked by. Some said she was possessed. Others called her a witch. Her parents, desperate and afraid, took her from church to church, from prophet to prophet, pastor to pastor, asking for deliverance. They prayed, they shouted, they anointed her, but nothing changed. Nora still saw. Nora still heard. Each night she woke trembling from dreams she didn't understand. Dreams of light pouring from her hands and people kneeling before her, healed and renewed. Her mother wept in confusion. Her father grew tired and ashamed. One day, after every church had refused them, an old neighbor said quietly, "Take her to the hills. There's a man there, a traditional healer. He sees beyond fear." Desperate, they went. The healer was old, with eyes that seemed to carry centuries. He said nothing for a while, only stared at Nora, then smiled gently. "My child," he said softly, "you are not cursed. You were called." Nora's mother frowned. "Called? To what?" The old man took a deep breath. "You are a healer, one of those rare souls who carry the light of both worlds. When you dream, you walk in the spirit. When you speak, creation listens. But the world fears what it cannot understand." He turned to her parents and said, "You have taken her to men of faith, but not to the source of her gift. Her awakening is not a sickness, it is a remembrance." Tears filled Nora's eyes. All her life, she thought something was wrong with her. Now, for the first time, someone said she was right. The healer gave her a small calabash of water and said, "Each morning before sunrise, look into this water, not to see the world, but to see yourself. When you know who you are, no voice can confuse you again." That night, Nora dreamed once more, but this time it was different. She saw herself surrounded by light, her hands glowing, touching broken people who stood and smiled. And a voice said, "You were never meant to be delivered. You were meant to deliver." From that day, Nora began to embrace her gift. She prayed differently, she listened deeply, and with time, her visions became clearer, not as curses, but as guidance. Some people still called her strange. Some still whispered, but Nora no longer feared them, because she finally knew, her difference was her destiny. Sometimes the world will call you possessed when you are simply powerful. They will fear your gift because they cannot see your purpose. But the day you stop hiding your light, is the day you begin to heal others just by being who you are.